Look at the geometry of this empire. Centuries of intricate tile work and mathematical architecture operating completely in the shadows of the global system. The moment you cross its borders, the modern world shuts down. Your Visa, your MasterCard, and your digital wallets, they are instantly useless. This creates a stark trade-off. You gain access to incredibly low living costs and local hospitality, but only if you are willing to revert to absolute analog self-reliance. We are stripping away the social media aesthetics to map the exact logistical reality of operating inside a heavily sanctioned frontier. Consider Iran a severe logistical filter. It rewards the highly prepared while punishing anyone relying on a digital safety net. To understand the calculation, we use a simple matrix, mapping the cost of living against logistical friction. Standard global hubs are predictable. London sits top left, highly expensive but effortless to navigate. Bali sits bottom left, lower costs, same low friction. Driven entirely by its political isolation, Iran drops into a distinct anomaly in the extreme bottom right, ultra-low cost paired with ultra-high friction. Surviving in this extreme corner of the map requires systematically unlearning everything you know about modern travel logistics. The friction begins before you board the plane. You must acquire and carry 100% of your trip's budget in crisp physical US dollars or euros. There is no digital safety net if you run out. This chart diagrams your immediate street-level workaround. You take that foreign cash into the black market or specialized exchange booths to load it onto a domestic Shatat prepaid tourist cart. But acquiring local currency triggers a secondary trap, a hidden dual currency system designed to confuse the uninitiated. The official currency is the Iranian Rial. But locally, in markets and cafes, everyone mentally calculates prices in a shadow unit called the Toman. The mathematical rule for survival is strict. 1 Toman equals 10 Rials. You must physically look at the banknote and drop 1 zero to find the real price. If you fail to clarify whether a vendor is quoting Rials or Tomans, you will hand over 10 times the actual cost of your transaction. Financial literacy here is not about checking a banking app. It requires sharp physical street awareness, and failing means overpaying by tenfold. Navigate that cash loop successfully, and the purchasing power of your foreign currency expands massively. A huge feast of premium local kebabs and saffron rice will run you between $3 and $6. Look at Tehran's affluent northern districts. Securing a spacious, secure one-bedroom apartment here costs between $250 and $550 a month. But those numbers expose a dark reality. The local market is strictly isolated, suffering from rapid currency devaluation that keeps domestic wages heavily depressed. This chart highlights the extreme economic disparity. A local worker brings home roughly $150 to $300 monthly. Put that against a standard $3,000 external remote income, and your leverage is staggering. Yet the macroeconomy stays heavily fortified. The state drives revenue through massive domestic industries, utilizing the planet's largest oil, natural gas, and petrochemical reserves. The verdict? Iran is an economic dead zone for expats seeking local corporate employment. It functions strictly as a hyper-cheap exploration base for those pulling income from outside its borders. This brings us to the primary anxiety of Western visitors: physical safety. The reality on the streets actively defies geopolitical headlines. Violent muggings and petty theft are exceptionally rare. What dominates the streets is Tradeoff, a globally recognized culture of hospitality, running through highly sophisticated underground cafe and tea house networks. But you must understand the heavy caveat. This physical safety is enforced by a state that requires total political invisibility from all visiting foreigners. This matrix shows the silent contract you sign upon entry. You do not use drones, you maintain a scrubbed digital footprint, and you keep a strict berth around government buildings and political protests. Your safety is conditional. You trade your right to spontaneous documentation and political expression for physical security. So who actually survives this environment? Let's map your specific profile against the realities of the sanctioned frontier. If you are a spontaneous tourist who relies on seamless digital infrastructure, quick credit card fixes, and vocal political opinions, the friction will likely be too high to manage. If you are a highly prepared slow traveler or a cultural historian, it is possible. You will tolerate the friction specifically for the sake of ancient Persian heritage. But the optimal match is the disciplined geo-arbitrager, a nomad with strict operational security, external income, and a high tolerance for managing physical cash. For that specific profile, the rewards waiting behind the friction filter are unique. You gain direct access to the epicenter of raw resources, like the world's monopoly on raw saffron. The absolute lack of modern banking acts as a hard filter. For those willing to navigate the analog shadows, ancient Persia offers cultural access and purchasing power that few other frontier markets can replicate.